Hey guys, happy Saturday! Yay! And a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous San Diego day is happening outside. So there isn't a cloud in the sky. Skies are blue. It's probably going to be like in the 90s today. Heck yeah. Because I like to think that I'm part lizard and I need to be in the hot, hot sun like all the time. On a rock, preferably. Doing push ups with my lizard friends. So sorry, just adjusted my camera here. Alrighty, so I'll wait for everybody to pop in, but yeah, I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. Jennifer, what up? And Crystal Mama is here. Hey, happy Saturday. Um, and Garrett, what up, Garrett? Oh, Garrett, you're probably gonna like my shirt. Non vedo, non sento, non parla. I got it when I was in Viterbo. And Essence O is here. Hello, hello. So yay! We had an exciting week, I must say. Yes, it was my birthday week. But you know, a lot of great things happened this week. And I hope that you guys had a fantastic week as well. Whether or not you guys are June babies, you know, I hope you guys are having a really good month, you know, with friends and family and talking on the phone and whatever. Oh, thank you, Garrett. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great start to your weekend. So, some good Friday nights, maybe. Hopefully, you guys are having a great Saturday or Saturday evening, you know, depending on where you're at. And Leesand is here. Hello. Crystal Mama said, have you ever had a spirit tell you to get a deck that you were not drawn to? Yes, actually. And I have to think about it. Like which decks those were. But yeah, I have had that there. Where there's one where I was like, I was on the fence. Usually I will be on the fence for quite a while about a certain deck, and then there'll be something that's like, just go for it. And then it's like you really just end up connecting with it really well. I'm trying to think when the last, oh, you know what? I remember what the last deck that was. Hold on, I will show you in just a second. Um, that was the Hush Tarot, because I wasn't sure. I mean, looking at the imagery, I was like, I don't know. Hey, unknown. I was like maybe I could use it in client readings, or I don't know how I'd read with it. I'm not really sure. And then when I got it, I realized that how I connect with it is how I connect with my dreams, you know, because this is, you know, sometimes our dreams are a little weird and you wake up and you're like, whoa, that was like a nightmare, but it wasn't a nightmare in your dream. It was like everything was perfectly normal. Because it's the dream state, and that's yeah. So I ended up connecting with the Hush Tarot through my dreams, actually. So my spirit guides are wanting me to get the Void Tarot. When I was not drawn to, they said to ground me. That is interesting. Well, I mean, I always think of it this way. If a deck is within my budget, it's within reason, and I get it, and let's say I don't end up connecting with it, I hang on to it for a little bit, I still don't end up connecting with it. I either like to, I don't really sell my decks anymore. I like to gift them instead. Or I do donate some of them to the Goodwill, because I like to think that, you know, when I'm in the Goodwill, how cool would it be if I'm just like walking around, there's like tarot decks in the Goodwill, which happens every once in a while. So I'm like, what if I just like donate them? It'll find the right person. Like maybe I was meant to get it so that I could donate it to the Goodwill. And then there's that person that was meant to walk by and like, you know, so I like to think of serendipity, you know, that way. So I don't know. Or I end up giving it to my good friend Charmaine, the opera star. So she appreciates it. I think I'm giving her quite the deck collection by now. Um, let's see. Garrett said, speaking of spirits, my picture of me and my mom flew across my room and it felt like someone was stabbing me. I don't conjure anything. What's going on? You need to get, I don't know how how your family is in the spiritual department. If they're like pretty Christian, I would say, you know what, mom, dad, maybe you guys need to do some prayer in this house. But then you as well, maybe, if they're not like hip to your jive, your practice, I would say ask for the most powerful cleansing guides you can think of, angels, ascended masters. You can even ask for source. Please clear this house immediately. This is my space, my house. And I would say just imagine, oh, hey, and a dove just showed up, so that's good. Just imagine that like there's this white hot light just like cleansing your entire house from the center on out. And that should help actually. And do that like multiple times a day. Just, it's clear. This is my space for me and my family. It's totally clear. It's just like burning the heck out of it in white light, just like purifying the house, cleansing the house. And, again, allow your guides. I don't know if you work with Archangel Michael or like whoever it is that you work with, say, or Ganesh, please purify and cleanse this space of any unwanted energy. And currently the energy that is here, I don't want. So, so that should definitely help, but remember that when you're on this plane, this your space, that's not their space right now. Let's see. Gemini Grey Wolf is here. Says, hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. We are. Oh, Gemini saying it could be somebody trying to get your attention. Crystal Mama is wondering if I have ever worked with spirit boards. I have. And I have two of them. One of them is a kitty spirit board. It's got kitties all over it. And that was made from a shop in Etsy. And then I have the enchanted spell board. There we go. Because I used to have the, well, now I do have it again, the enchanted tarot. Yeah, so I have those two. I don't have a Ouija board, like an actual Ouija board. I don't know, like it could just be like all of whatever, social, pressure that it's like a weird thing. I just don't connect with it. I don't feel right about it, and it could, like I said, just kind of like societal influence and all of that has just put me in the wrong headspace to use something like that. Al Evans said, howdy y'alls. Hello, hello. Howdy. But yeah, so I always feel like, if I'm not in the right headspace to use a particular tool, I shouldn't be using that particular tool, because I think that, letting my energy get a little like freaky just because of how I feel about it is like not the best thing, but it probably has nothing to do with the Ouija board itself. It's just like my own upbringing. Let's see. Unknown said, this is an interesting topic. I have heard that hearing ringing in your ears may mean that the dead may be trying to contact you. What's your opinion on that? I actually believe that it's some of my higher vibe guides, and it could be spirit too. I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know who knows for sure. But I've always felt like, when there's like a higher vibration nearby, I'll get ringing in my ear. And at one point I thought I had like tendinitis or something. So so I went to the ear doctor and I was like, do I have like wax in my ears or something? And they're like, I mean, you got a little bit of wax, but nothing to really cause ringing of the ears. I don't have like a perforated eardrum. So once I got that all cleared out of the way, I was like, okay, so, I used to, well, I still do. If I hear ringing in this ear or this ear, I'll just kind of like take more notice of my day, and see, if there are any other like messages that show up. Is there any feelings that come about? Did I dream anything interesting that night? I don't just stick with I have ringing in the ears, but like what else is going on, that something might want to give me a message, or, is trying to capture my attention. But it doesn't happen very often. But usually I feel it's when something that's a little vibrating at a higher rate is hanging out with me. Let's see. Garrett said, we're not too Christian, but we do believe in God. Agreed, Gemini. Thanks, Tara. I'll definitely do that. All right, excellent. Yes, a kitty board. And Kawaii Chibi, happy Catterday to you as well. Oh, Al was just coming in for a quick hi and goodbye. So I will catch you later. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. And Sheldon is here. What up, Sheldon? And Crystal Mama said, I hear whispering, but cannot make out the words. I am working on contact. That happens once in a while for me too. Like it's like you have to strain to hear. Like it's the most quiet of conversations. And I have that happen, every once in a while. It'll be like maybe I'm laying in bed and it sounds like somebody's talking outside, and I might even get up and there will be nobody talking outside, and I'll lay back down, but then I can hear it again, and it sounds like it's just on the other side of the wall, and that it's so faint. And sometimes it'll be like two people talking and you're like struggling to hear. It's like, what are they saying? Yeah. So yeah, you understand. So it's just like it's like you can almost make out the words, but yeah, the conversations are so quiet, or sometimes it'll be a group of people. And every once in a while I'll get like somebody's just, I mean, it sounds like they're having a party sometimes in my house, which is great. I mean, if spirits are going to come by and they're the partying kind, I'd rather have some party spirits, And so sometimes it sounds like they're in the dining room, and every once in a while I'll hear laughter. I hear a woman go like, ah ha ha, like somebody just told the most hilarious joke, and like I want to hear the joke, but like they're whispering so low that I can't hear the joke. And I'm like, yo, spirit, I want in on it too. Kawaii says, my sister says hi. She's here with me today. Well, so Kawaii's sister, hello. Crystal said, at first I used to look to see if a radio was on. Me too. And what's interesting is sometimes the speaking comes through music. Like, the ohms that play 24/7 in my master bedroom. Okay, it's just an ohm. Through that, sometimes I'll hear singing, or I'll hear other music that's playing through that music, or I'll hear speaking. It's so weird. And it's like, and I'll try to be absolutely still because I don't want to make any noise, because I'm trying so hard just to tune into what is coming through the speakers with the ohms that are already playing. Or sometimes I'm just listening to a song and it's like almost like I want to tell the song like shush, and I can't turn the song off because I know that I turn the I don't know, somehow I turn the whatever's coming through off. But yeah, that happens. I don't know if that happens with you guys, where you'll be listening to something, but there's like other music or other singing or people talking coming through it. And I'm not talking on the radio, like playing music on your phone, or you have a CD, or you're listening to MP3s or whatever it is, which is what that is. But yeah, that happens. Let me see. Let me go back. Crystal said, oh yeah, so yeah, talking about the radio. Hey, Sherry Bug. Jillifer, sorry to be off topic, but I've always felt a certain energy in my grandma's house that I moved into a few years ago that is so pure, like spring, sunlight, and good fairies. That's wonderful. So is your grandma still here, or has she passed? Because I'd like to think, that if she's no longer here, that would just be like a wonderful energy that she's brought into her home. That's fantastic. I love that. And I think, when we got the energy settled down in this place, it just became such a warm, like inviting. And yes, we do have a lot of activity that happens, not so much anymore, but we get some activity that happens in this house. And even people who, that's like not their arena, they get really spooked out by spirits and stuff like that. Like they're totally like, I don't want to see anything, I don't want to hear anything. When they're in my home, they said that it's almost like there's a welcoming committee at my front door. Like they feel so welcome, in my home. That it's a very comforting place. They said it's almost like there's a fire going and I should have a mug of tea, and it's just really nice. So I love that, people's homes could have that energy, and it could very well have, some fairy energy in it, which is excellent, so hey. um, and Paperback Palacios is here. Hello, hello. Crystal Mama said, oh, smell. Yes. Oh, dude, that happened just this week. I'll share that with you in a moment when I do like my birthday recap, because it had to do with my birthday. See, unknown. That makes a lot of sense to me because I've found that spirits tend to communicate with technology and use it as an energy source. Yes, it's, well, I guess it's not really an opinion. It's the fact that, the human body is made up of energy, electrical impulses, but, energy at its core. There's electrical impulses happening within the heart, within the brain. It's like we're literally teeming with electricity. And so, it seems like it would be a no-brainer to say that, if physics and, science says that energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transmuted or put into a different form, that's what science says, that, once we shed this form, if we no longer have hands and, opposable thumbs, things like that, how do I work things in the environment I used to be in? Well, I might work with things that also require energy, like technology, to get people's attention. I no longer have a voice box, so I'm going to have to manipulate something else in order to help me speak, in order to help me move things, because I don't have a physical body in order to walk around and communicate with the people that I love, or, for the average Joe on the street, I just want to say like, hey, how's it going? So that's, but that's, kind of my opinion, that, I also believe that if spirit would like to communicate with us, they're going to have to use an energy source. And sometimes the energy source is us because, like I said, we're full of energy, right? So sometimes spirit will use our energy. And I think that's sometimes why I get pretty tired and hungry. I'm actually really hungry after doing tarot readings, or let's say I'm doing a card pull for each of you. I get kind of like a maxed out at a certain point, where I can't pull cards for anybody anymore, just because I feel really like out of juice. That I've been working with energy and spirits so much that I no longer have any, there's no more in me. And so I physically sometimes have to go eat something, and it's usually something earthy, like nuts and stuff like that. I have to eat that, and then I feel like kind of juiced up again, or have some almond milk, or water. Definitely a lot of water. But yeah, so yeah, that's fascinating. You guys have always come up with some awesome stuff to talk about. And Glitter Sunflower, hey! And it says evening, everyone. Robin said, do you still use your Journey into Egypt tarot? I love mine. I watched your review on it. I do. I still have it. I still use it. But because it's so... I don't want to not use it because it's too pretty. So I bust it out every now and then, but I'm so afraid of making it not perfect anymore, because it's really a special deck, and I really love the energy of that deck, so I tend to baby it, but I still work with it, and the readings are amazeballs. Okay, so I said that, speaking of spirit and being able to smell things and things like that, that has to do with my birthday. So let me do a recap of my birthday with you guys, and then we'll talk about some spiritual stuff. Hey, what up, James? He's hey yo, spiritual homies. Hey yo. Okay, so birthday recap. And then we'll get into some stuff about the interesting side of my birthday. And Lady Night, sorry for being late. Girl. No need to apologize. Okay, so first thing, we'll go through some awesome things. I got a lot of really good messages, many messages from you guys and some other homies, my family members, friends. I got text messages. I got funny gifs or gifs, however you want to call them. I got a lot of messages on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. I had Susie. I know she says she's gone this weekend because she's getting glasses with her dude, but Susie sent me a birthday card with like little stickers and like a postcard of one of the pictures that is in my Wally's World tarot or oracle. So I was like, oh. So anyway, so I got a wonderful birthday card there. I got a birthday card from my bestie in Belgium. And some goodies from her. My dad says that we're going to be meeting up on the 4th of July at my aunt's house. And he says he has a birthday gift for me and I will have his Father's Day gift. So we're going to do a little gift exchange. So I don't know what it is. My uncle gave me a check for some money, but it was money that I was going to be, well, he knew what I was going to do with it. I was going to be donating it to the greatergood.org, which I did. That's one of my favorite organizations because it's all about helping, you know, our environment, the planet, animals, both shelter animals and, you know, animals that, you know, get injured in nature. And there's a way to like, you know, help them out without interfering too much as a human. And helping people around the world, all countries, not just, you know, the US, but they are also partnered with all these wonderful organizations so that they like can have a farther reach and all the organizations can kind of reach through them as well. So it's, I don't know. And one of the people on the board is Jackson Galaxy, which I don't know if you know Jackson Galaxy. He's known as the Cat Daddy. But yeah, so we ended up donating $316. So I made $316 in sales on the day of my birthday. And I said I was donating all 100%, and that's what I did. I covered the transaction fees so that literally 100% can go straight to where it's needed most around the world, you know, with our Mama Earth, our animal friends, and our human friends. So yeah, so that was something that made me feel really good. You know, I've been wanting to do something like that for a while, and I thought, what better day than on my birthday, you know, to ring in a new year. And I also mentioned that 316, if you do some numerology, adds up to the number 10, which then adds down to the number 1, which is the new beginning. And I think that's freaking fantastic. Okay, so let me go back to what you guys were saying. Oh, Robin said she's coming out with a second edition. Really? Gonna have to check that out. Aw, thank you, Crystal Mama. And Robin said the Cat Daddy. Yes, Jackson Galaxy. Unknown said I missed the donation. Hey, no worries. I mean, and you can donate to them as well, you know, if you feel so inclined. You know, I know that there's so many wonderful organizations out there. I always tell people, and I tell my students as well, because they said sometimes there's so much, and they're like, and they make, I mean, especially like my seniors, they make minimum wage. So they're like we want to do good, but it's like we can't donate to everybody. And I said, well, instead of donating, let's say $1 to 10 organizations, why don't you pick one that is closest to your heart and donate $10 to one? You know, that way you can, you know, make a bigger impact, you know. Or if you don't have the cash, I always tell my students, you know, go out and volunteer somewhere, start something up yourself, you know. And many of them do that. You know, they've, you know, some have collected blankets and taken them down to our homeless shelters, you know, just straight down to the homeless shelter, like not through any sort of organization. They just like collected up some stuff. And a lot of them do that on their birthdays as well, which I think is great. You know, I've got a great group of kids. But they collect like things they're no longer using, toys and stuff like that, like old stuff that they've outgrown, gently used blankets and, you know, things like that. They go out and buy some like hygiene stuff and they go drop it off at the homeless shelters, and they're just like, here, you know? So, you know, I think that's great. And so there's so many ways we can help, and it's not always monetary. So let's see. Robin said, very nice. And thank you guys. And Veronica's here. What up, Veronica Jude? Long time no see, girl. Let's see, other wonderful things besides, doing some great stuff for other people. I don't know. It was, oh, we're gonna get into some gifts from the dude. And one of those gifts came in today. I have to share that with you guys too. Robin said, yes, she's working on another. She's done a real sky astrology deck, which answers to the journey into Egypt tarot. Really? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Guess who's gonna do a little bit of research after this live chat? Okay, so the dude got me a few things. He knows I like stuffies, so I got stuffy aplenty. I'm going to introduce you guys to some friends. What up, Lisa? Thank you. I did have an excellent birthday. You are just in time. I think that you are going to love this part. So some of you guys are already introduced to some of these guys earlier because the dude knew that I was a little stressed out with school and, and the online learning stuff with the students and, wanting to connect with them and stuff has been difficult. So I got a few stuffies early. Lisa said, whoop, whoop. So, okay, you guys know Squiggles. Squiggles is a little froggy. And yes, I am in love with Jellycat. So these are all Jellycats. Yes, all of them are. So this is Squiggles. So hello to Squiggles. And this is Sam the sea turtle. Oh my gosh, he's so soft. So, okay, my best friend, she has a real turtle named Sam, but it's short for Samantha. And so this is Sammy the boy, so it's short for Samuel. So just little sea turtle, just doot, doot, doot. Okay, and then, oh, they are so soft. Okay, this is Inky the octopus. But you can't scare him because he'll ink all over you. And yes, he does have all 8 little arms and they're like made of corduroy and like soft plush, like so soft. So yes, this is my little Inky. Say hello. You guys are going to get cuteness overload during today's chat. And next is, this is Wiggly Worm. Wiggly Worm. He's like, I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Okay, we have some more because I got like 8 stuffies in total. This is Lars the llama. So hello, Lars. Hello. So yes, Lars also very soft. He actually feels like Wally. I'm like, oh, Wally. Oh, Wally is Wally's passed out downstairs along with Loki. He likes to shake his little llama butt. Okay, moving on to Dino! He's a rawr. Yes, Dino the dinosaur. Dino's very floppy, very cuddly, very squishy. Okay, I just squished the microphone. Oh, wait. ASMR. Okay, so this is Dino. And we have 2 more, you guys. See, Lisa said, I need 1 or more of these little Jellycat preciouses. Oh, you need to check out Jellycat. There's so much. It's like Jellycat, whatever they touch turns to cute. They're like, we're going to make an octopus. Ding. Cute. Crystal Mama, love Dino. I had a horse trailer name that he was homemade and large. Oh my gosh. Butterfly Love Child said, rawr. Okay. And this one, you guys. Ah! Herman the Hermit Crab. Hello, I'm Herman. Don't eat me. I'm just a little hermit crab. I just hang out in the ocean. And yeah, you all have a great day. This goes to Jellycat website, sees stuffy macaroons, dies. Oh, says I love the crab once. Yes, so Herman the Hermit Crab. Oh, he's such a happy little cornucopia. Cornucopia of crab. Yeah, again, Jellycat was hermit crab. Bam. Cute. And lastly, oh, Sky the starfish. He's like, peekaboo, I see you. Peekaboo. Oh my gosh. They're like, how old did she turn? 5? No, girls and guys, 39. 39. And her dude got her 8 stuffies. That's how it should be. Lisa is dead. Yes, so this is Sky. You ever seen the cutest little starfish? Lady Knight said, keep that inner child alive. Oh, don't worry. It's alive and it's running around in circles eating like candy like you wouldn't believe. That is how it should be. Yes, yes. So, yeah, they've all been sleeping in the bed with me and the dude. Okay, so Lisa is going to be right back. She is shopping right now. So yeah, there are so many awesome Jellycats. I have a few that are in the room already, but yes, I am a big fan of Jellycats and anything that's super cute. So, I mean, so yeah, I love that on my birthday. And my new water bottle, because girls be lifting around here and I can't go to the gym with like a little teeny tiny like water bottle. I mean, it's like water. No, you go to the gym, you get ripped, you bring a freaking water thermos. It holds, how many it say? I don't know, like 17 cups of water. This is what I'm bringing to the gym, you guys. Keeps things cold for 120 hours because gym life. Let's see. Yes, that is a water bottle. Lisa said, you don't need to lift weights. That is the weights. It's actually, you know, I was like thinking if I was any less buff, I probably wouldn't be able to lift this. It's actually really heavy and I don't fill it up to the top. I fill it to like here. I'm like, that's enough. Gemini, you could use that water bottle as a scuba tank. I could. You know what? I need a sip of water. People are thirsty, so I'm just gonna bust out my little water bottle and have a sip. Water splashback. Refreshing. There's a Saturn plushie. It'd probably be dangerous if I went on Jellycat's website right now. I have enough. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like out of house and home, and just me and the kitties and the dude, because we got too much plushies and kitty toys and cat scratchers and what is this house turning into? It is dangerous. So yes, this is my water tank, and this is Saturn, and you can lay it on it's got little feeties so that you can like lay your tanker on its side if you need to, while you're off doing whatever it is that you do, save the world. I don't know. Um, and my good friend out in Sacramento, Dolomite, J Dog, Jason. I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you for my shirt. He always gets me something workout related, and I always get him something workout related. He was on the track team with me in college. We share the exact same birthday. I think he's a few years older than me, or few hours older than me. But yeah, we're the same age. And so we used to always fight over like whose birthday it was. He's like, I was born first. But yeah, he was known as the Machine, Dolly, Dolison, Dolomite, J Dog, Jason. He was a beast. He still is a beast. So yeah, I got a workout shirt from him. So thank you, Dolly. Lady Tonight said, OMG, the food plushies, toast, coffee cup. I know, right? They're like looking at something. I don't know. They pick up a thermos and they're like, this could be a plushie. It could be cute. Let's do it. Like I want to be in the R&D department of Jellycat. Like what is going on in there when like the think tank of people coming up with how can we kill people with cuteness and that they just can't stop themselves when they're on our website? Like how can we make this ultra cute? You know, so people are like submitting their ideas and they're like, what about this? Or if you add corduroy, ah, like I want to be in their R&D department, seriously. Okay, let's see other things from the birthday. Tea after water. I have a sweet tooth, and I try not to really eat any sugar because I know it makes me a little inflamed. But I love me some sugar. So if it's like my birthday, I'm gonna have some sugar. So the dude gave me a bunch of Haribo. I don't know if you guys love some Haribo candy. I opened all of it because I had to taste all of it. So, so it's in a Ziploc to keep it fresh. But here are some Haribos that he got me from. Okay, I've eaten almost all of these. But these are little mice. Yeah, they're like little mices. And they're like gummy bear meese. Let's see. Unknown said I have to go now, but hopefully I'll be back later. All right. Well, you have a fantastic day. So yes, Butterfly, there is a bag of Haribo meese. I got some Haribo frogs, and they taste like lime, actually. I have Haribo Picoballa, so it's like little like soccer ball Haribos. These are actually really, really good. And I love how all of it's in German, but it's like good for kids and everyone else as well, basically. This one is Haribo Weinlin, so wine country. It actually doesn't taste like wine. It just kind of tastes like regular gummy bears, but okay. Let's see. Jillifer said, sorry for not answering early. Oh, your grandmother is alive, but your grandfather isn't. So then could it be your grandfather's energy in the house? Or it could be that your grandmother and your grandfather just kind of like bring in some bomb diggity energy into their home, which I think is excellent. Okay, I got Haribo dinosaurs. Okay, little kid me was never spoiled like this. So now adult me will be spoiled like a child. Yes. I also got the Haribo berries, and they really do taste like blackberries and raspberries if you dumped a ton of sugar on it. But it really does taste like them with a ton of sugar. And then the last one, Haribo ginger lemon. I can eat straight ginger. I love ginger. I love ginger tea. I love everything ginger. My my aunt, on my dad's side, like, okay, the Filipino side of my family, everything ginger. We will eat ginger like no tomorrow. I'll eat raw ginger. um, let's see. Lady Knight said, it's Haribo. Oh, okay, Haribo. Sorry. I actually never knew the correct pronunciation, but thank you. This is when are you going to eat all of this? I'm actually really not sure because I don't eat sweets all that often. I say that, and we have an entire shelf in our house that is nothing but sweets, but it just sits there because we don't really eat a lot of sweets. We'll like buy something, we'll have like a little bit. We're like, and then we put it away for like a couple of years. So who knows when I'm gonna eat the rest of this. Anne is here. Hello, and Zara. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna put away all my treats now, and I don't really want to eat any while I'm doing a live chat because sugar really does have quite the effect on me. And I'd start doing like cartwheels during this live chat and bouncing off the walls and walking across the ceiling. I mean, it's like, you pronounced my name right. One of my students, one of my freshman students, her name was Zara. So, although hers was spelled Zahraa. But I've had a few Zaras. But see, there are so many people that are out there that are named Tara, but I'm like, I'm Tara. Okay, so putting away the candies. Okay, on to the other side of my birthday, besides all the other awesome stuff. Okay, so this is not the bad side. There was no bad side to my birthday. It was all awesome, but this is the more like woo-woo spiritual stuff. Okay, so let's see. Jennifer said, I felt the energy before either of them died, and my grandma is diagnosed narcissist, so I think it's breed the fae and other forest energies. So it's interesting, very interesting, but how magical to be in that place. Zara said, for sure, a lot of H's involved. I like this shirt. Happy late birthday. Thank you. Oh yes, those of you who haven't got to see my shirt, I got it back when I was in Italy, actually. So yeah. I was at like I don't know what you want to call it, like a swap meet, but not really a swap meet. I mean, I think swap meet because that's kind of what we have here, but I don't know what the word for it is in Italian. But it's kind of like a swap meet. There's like pop-up tents, and you can like buy stuff off of people, and it's like in the piazza, like everybody's just like there buying stuff. So I don't really know the word for it, but I think it's like a swap meet. Oh, thank you. Okay, so on the birthday, I went and got some acupuncture from my Chinese mom, because I have moms everywhere. I have my Filipino mom, I have my Chinese mom, I have my Canadian mom. I have collected some wonderful mothers. And I was just talking to well, I'll call her Dr. Wing. Dr. Wing, I'm talking to her, and she was asking me if I've had any more crazy dreams. And usually we always like to talk about some spiritual stuff and everything. And she was saying that, if since today's your birthday, she was like, I'm going to have to give you an extra special treatment. And we were talking about my heart, and I was saying that, my, because I have tachycardia and I have PVCs, and I said that it's been acting up a lot more these past few weeks. And I said, and I tried taking ultra salt, because sometimes it could be that I'm low in magnesium and salt. And I said, so I take that, and I said, and it's not really working like it was. I said, and I'm trying to take pharma GABA to calm my, nervous system sometimes, and sometimes that helps to calm my heart, like if it's like in its tachycardia mode. And I said, so I don't know. I said, it's acting maybe not so good the past few weeks. And I said, and it could be the stress of like the end of the school year and getting grades in and making sure like the kids are graduating and stuff like that. I said, it could be that. And I don't know. I said, it's just a little funky. And she's like, I feel like you've been doing some research into something. And she's like, what have you been researching lately? And I was like, Mesoamerica. I said, I'm trying to like look into some of my roots and stuff like that. So I said, I've been learning a lot about Mesoamerican culture, like ancient cultures, the Maya, Aztecs, things like that. Um, I said, I've learned some really fascinating things. And then she was like, she says, and she started chanting. She does a lot of chanting, and she does a lot of stuff during acupuncture treatment. She's not one that just like puts in the needles. Like Dr. Wang, she gets down. I love Dr. Wang. um, Lady Knight said, is the school year already over in America? It is. It ended on June 4th for the rest of the school, June 5th for the seniors. That's when they graduated. Jennifer said, last question. How do you contact your guides and communicate with them? Um, well, I don't know. I guess I don't even consciously think about it anymore. It's like I just kind of just start talking to them, mostly in my head. Sometimes it's allowed if I'm like just walking around the house, I'm just kind of talking out loud um, to them. More often, it's during my meditations or during walking meditations in my garden or around the neighborhood, and my mind can just kind of be a little bit more clear, a little bit more free. But yeah, that's I don't know. Sometimes I just strike up a conversation like right now. I could just say, I would like Amara and Ulog to come in here with me, and it would be, and I would feel them come in here with me. It's just kind of, I don't know. I guess I don't think about it too much. I just assume they're always listening. um, so yeah, I might have to think about that. But anyway, so Dr. Wang, she's like, she starts doing her chanting, and she holds my wrist and she holds my head. So thank you so much for answering my questions. Hey, no worries. Much love to you too. Um, and she says, she goes, I know why. She says, in this life, you're having so much issues with your heart. And she said, maybe you could see this too. So she says, I'm going to tap into your spirit, and I want you to tap into your spirit too. And while I'm seeing things, I want you to see things too. Try to see, try to remember. She goes, remember what happened. Remember what happened to your heart. And I'm like, okay. And so she's doing whatever it is that Dr. Wang does. I think she was doing like, she was like, she was like doing kung fu over my heart. It was really awesome. um, but yeah, she was like trying to bring something out, and she was like ripping, not actually ripping, but like energetically ripping stuff out and like casting it away. And it was weird because my body heats up when she does that, and normally I run kind of cold. Which is why I need hot weather, because I don't really retain a lot of heat. But the dude is good for me because he is like a fireball and I am like an ice cube. But anyway, so yeah, so she's doing all of this, and she said, you were just a child, do you remember? And actually, what I'm seeing in my brain, I think I'm seeing what she's seeing. Like what she's saying, I was seeing like a second before she was saying it. Like it was really weird. And she says, what was the last thing that you were just reading about in your Mesoamerican books? And I said, well, I was fascinated with, they were talking, well, not fascinated in like a good way, but more like just like interesting. And I wanted to like understand the culture and the spiritual beliefs behind the taking of the heart from human sacrifice, in Mesoamerican culture, and how prominent was it actually, because sometimes things get a little messed in translation, especially with the Spanish conquest. And there was a part in there where they talked about, sometimes, for certain festivals and things like that, there were children that were sacrificed, but it wasn't like they just grabbed a child. There were poor families that could sell their children, and it's like in books everywhere. So it's like, and it's so interesting. I'm like, wow, but it's something I can't understand, from my culture, and I can't understand, from my beliefs, but I am trying to understand, by reading as much as I'm reading, into all of that. And so it was very triggering to me And, you know, because I work with kids and all of that. But Dr. Wang was like, she says, that's it. Do you remember? And all of a sudden, I was getting these bits and pieces of um, that era. And as I'm seeing them, she's saying them. And it was so trippy. And so she says, so that's why you have so many issues with your heart. She says, yes. She goes, there was that time, but she says, I think you felt betrayal from your family. You felt betrayed by the people around you. She goes, like, you felt such betrayal, like it was so hard. You know, like all these people that you love and trusted. She says, you know, as a child, you couldn't quite understand. She says, but it's not that people were doing things out of brutality. It wasn't like that, because there was a clear distinction, you know, through the studies that I've been doing, that there was a distinction between, you know, executing a prisoner, and then sacrifice. You know, that those were two like separate things, you know, and they didn't just like sacrifice all willy-nilly, you know. Any references to that is mostly like due to the prejudices of the conquering nation, you know, looking at them as if they were savages and saying, you know, that they just randomly killed people, and that, you know, that makes them awful human beings. And so, and it wasn't that, you know. So you know, so I'm like, you know, I've been reading all of this. And so she was saying, she goes, so you do remember, you remember, don't you? She says, okay. She goes, well, I've done what I could to release a lot of this, but she says, now that you know where your heart issue stems from, she goes, I want you to start doing a lot of healing and a lot of releasing work. She goes, especially today. Today is your birthday. And she says, and what a great day to start anew. She says, so she goes, you can leave that life behind now. She goes, that life is, it's not you anymore. And she says, you don't need to carry that with you. She says, and you don't need to worry that people are going to betray you in this life. She says, because that's just past trauma. She's like, so I want you to start healing yourself now. And she says, I'm going to leave you for some extra time in the room because I know that you have some really deep sleep. So she's like, you take care, okay? She's like, you go to sleep and you do that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm in the room, and all of it's not like a flood of memory, but it's like bits and pieces that are so clear and a little unnerving, you know. So but I know I need to release it. So I'm just like, you know, I'm asking for my spirit guides, like, help me, like, hold my hand and release it. And even in what I was seeing when I'm up at the stairs, I'm up at the top of these really high stairs, which I also found out that's where my fear of heights came from, because I'm at the top of these stairs and there's all these people down below, and I'm scared being up there. And so now I realized where my fear of heights came from, and that like tripped me out too. I was like, wow, did like everything just stem from this lifetime? Like, thanks a lot. And so, and it was getting a little overwhelming in that memory. And so Ishel, my goddess, um, it it was, she was like, like basically, can you handle this? And I said, I think I'm done for this session. I don't think I want to be here anymore. Can I leave now? And she said, all you have to do is hold my hand. And so I held her hand. She says, I'll walk you down the steps. And I'm like, okay, because I'm so small, that I can barely step down the steps. Like, I have to slide down the steps because I'm little. Like, I'm a really little kid. I'm like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, but I feel really small. And I just had this like simple like white tunic on, kind of. Um, and yeah, so then as soon as I started to slip into like my dream state, like I was starting to fall asleep, this putrid smell like slapped me in the face. The smell was so strong. It smelled like death. Like, it smelled like something dying, like I don't know, like a dead animal or something. Like, it smelled horrific. And I went, ugh. And I like woke up and I was like, ugh. And the moment when I started to like become really conscious of what was going on, it disappeared. And I'm like, okay. And then I like immediately went back to sleep. But then afterwards, when my session was over, Dr. Wang was asking me, she says, what did you see? And I was telling her, and I said, also, there was a really bad smell. And she says, oh, I'm wondering if it's, the trash cans out back. She goes, I'll ask my daughter. And her daughter was walking by. She said, Vivian, are all the garbage cans back there? It might be coming in through the window. Tara said it was smelly, and she said, no, the trash cans aren't back there. And I said, no, it was smelly for like 3 seconds. It was the most pungent, nasty smell, and then it was gone. And she went, oh. She goes, maybe you've released some things. And she said, this is good. Continue releasing. She goes, obviously, this isn't something that you can release in one day, but your birthday is a great day to start. And now you know where it's coming from. You could do that. So get this, you guys, and I'll go back to your comments. I know your comments have been flying by, and I just, but okay, so now when I'm having like my heart issue, it has acted up a couple of times since then, since my acupuncture appointment on Wednesday. It was on Wednesday. But I'll start to get my tachycardia, and I literally tell myself, I'm like, Tara, that's the wrong lifetime. That was like what, 1,000 years ago? That was a long time ago, Tara. That's the wrong lifetime. It doesn't belong here. I'm like, that tachycardia, it doesn't belong to me anymore. And you know what? It stopped. Like, I've never been able to stop my tachycardia before. So it still acts up, but this is the first time, and now it's just been a few days now. I know Wednesday was like literally just a few days ago, but I've never been able to stop it before. Like, I've never had control over my tachycardia or my PVCs. And so now when it's happening, I'm like, stop. That is the wrong life. You don't belong here. The Tara of now was not born with tachycardia. She was not born with PVCs. I'm like, you need to stop. And it stops. So I don't know if this continues, because obviously I haven't done this long term, but whew, birthday was crazy, guys. Okay, let me go back to your comments. Oh my goodness, there was so much going on. Okay. Oh, Sherry Bug was like, oh crap. Zara, that's a good question. I have trouble connecting with my higher self guides too. That's interesting. I've been having stomach problems from a past life. I've been trying to heal. Isn't that just like blows my mind, and it gets me like thinking of like past life. I mean, okay. And I had a crazy conversation with my uncle too. I'll share that with you. Zara said, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the healing is going well. I think so. Lady Knight said, many cultures had human sacrifices for spiritual reasons all around the world. So weird to imagine that from our modern perspective. It is, because, yeah, and I have to put aside like all of like my imposed beliefs on that, and I would have to say, if I were in their shoes, and I was in their time, believing what they believed, and just seeing the world from such a different perspective, I have to keep that in mind. And of course, sometimes you have to wade through the information that's out there too, because when the Spanish conquered, they destroyed a lot of their codexes. I think there's like, they said like just a few codexes that survived. And it wasn't because people were trying to, save the culture or anything. The dominating culture was trying to eradicate all of their beliefs and, bring them into the faith of their church and stuff like that, which, not about people imposing things like that on others. But there's a lot of prejudices that were put into the writing of their history, the way they saw it, of the people. They're saying, okay, so these people did this, which was kind of like devil-like, and so that you have to kind of like wade through, because a lot of this was written secondhand through a very different lens, And Lisa said, such a beautiful experience. It was. Lady Knight, so was this your own memory of the child? So yes, so this was me at the top of the stairs, lying on stone, kind of like I was lying in my acupuncture bed. It was like kind of freaking me out. Lady Knight said, I read somewhere that they sacrificed 5-year-old kids based on some bones they found. Yes, and they found a lot from like the age groups of like 8 through 12-year-olds. But yeah, that's what I'm reading about right now. And I don't know. I think that maybe I was drawn to trying to read about some of my ancestry and things like that, because also it was going to be helping me to bring about this healing. So I don't know, serendipitous. um, Sarah said, thank you. And Jillifer, speaking of past lives, can you use card divination to gather information about past lives? Yes. Yes, I truly believe that, and I do that. I have like past life reading in my, that's what I do. That's like one of the things I do for people is past life readings. And oh, we have to talk a little bit about just like my belief on past life too. Um, and Lady Knight said yes, there are quite a few decks out there specifically for it. I have a couple of decks. One of them is called Far Memory. So I don't know if you want to look up Far Memory Oracle. And the other one, do I still have it? I don't know if I have the other one. But now I just use Tarot and Oracle for past life. Thank you. So, okay, so my uncle and I were having this conversation about past life stuff, and he was like, I believe that maybe I was there with you, because my uncle and I are like really connected. And I said, I don't know, who knows? And then I said, and he says, well, and he was getting frustrated because he says that, my uncle's had a pretty difficult life. I've had a difficult life. He's had a very difficult life. He had a very difficult upbringing. Um, he's had a difficult life. We'll just put it like that. Um, and he was saying, he already finds this life to be very hard for him. He says it seems like everything is a struggle. And he's like, and he gets upset because he goes, sometimes I want to shout out, I'm a good person. I try to be good to people. Why is my life so hard? And, why does it seem like it's one thing after the other? And he's like, he says, I know there's probably good stuff out there, but he says, I tend to focus on the negative. He's like, that's just me. I'm kind of like the glass is half empty kind of person. And he's like, and he says, and for you, he says, I always think you're a little miss, like, woohoo, like your brain is off in the ether somewhere. He says, somebody who's so into that, and he's like, and me, he goes, I'm very afraid of that stuff, but I find it fascinating that you're into it. And he's like, but somebody who's so into that, he goes, why is it that you're barely working on a past life from like 1,000, not if 2,000 years ago, if not more? And he's like, he goes, it seems like, you would have handled that stuff sooner so it wouldn't be a problem in this life. And I said, well, I don't think we go in order of like working on past life stuff. I said, and the way, and I said, I'm not like an expert. This is just from my perspective. And there's plenty of other perspectives that are different out there. And I welcome them because, we don't really know for sure, right? So I said, from my perspective, I like to think of, or what I've seen is that time is fluid, that there really is no like linear timeline, that when you're out of this human body and you're just energy, that everything is at once, past, present, and future. Oh, Crystal Mama is taken off. Well, you have a great day. Hubby is home for lunch. I hope you guys have a fabulous lunch. Lady Knights, I believe time is only a human concept. Yes, so that we can make sense of our world on this plane, I think that we created time zero to where we are now, and that the future is wherever the future is, and when I'm in my deep meditations, when I'm doing my crazy meditations, spirit and source and all that, they tell me there is no time. Like there's just no time. That what we perceive as the past is also the present, and what we perceive as the future is also the present. But there's so many different quote unquote timelines. So my future, there's probably like thousands of me living thousands of different futures, all at the same time that millions and thousands of me are living my past and thousands of me are living my present. And also, to get kind of trippy on you guys, I also believe that consciousnesses could be shared within the same body so as to get the maximum learning effect on this earthly plane, so that I may not just be Tara, but I also have some of my energy living different people around the world, speaking different languages of different cultures. Because how else could, let's say from a spirit perspective, if I'm here specifically to go to school, I don't want to just get an education through one girl's perspective. I want the perspective of maybe 100 people, maybe more. Who knows? I don't know. And I want to live all of their experiences. So there could be other energies like in me. I don't know. Because I don't know. And maybe we're all just like sitting in the desk that is inside my body, like taking notes. Like, I don't know. um, let's see. Let me go back to what you guys are saying here. Azara says, for sure, with light body too, I love talking about the different aspects of spirituality, like time is only a tool. I've gotten very deep on these topics. Yes, Lady Night, I also don't think we go in order on our timeline. Exactly. Zara, we all move with our own time. Parallel universes. Yes, she is getting so excited. Sherry Bug, have you seen the movie Arrival? Anyone interested in time theory needs to watch it. I have not seen Arrival. Okay, okay. I have some like time movies. My brain has just gone blank. Oh my God, there are so many good movies in our. One of them has Dennis Quaid in it. I don't. Why can't I remember the name of it? And the other one has Denzel Washington in it. I can't remember the names of these movies. Oh, but there's a lot of good movies out there that definitely like push your thinking on this. I love movies, love that. I love when they get you thinking, you know it. But I will have to look up Arrival for sure. There can also be multiple twin flames too. I think so. I mean, I don't think there's like everything is as solid and finite as some people think it is. But I don't know. Again, that's just my perspective. Lady Night has seen that movie. It was kind of weird, but it was kind of made sense. Oh, Interstellar. Interstellar was weird. Took a long time, but Interstellar was weird. Tomorrowland by Brad Bird is good too. Oh, Tomorrowland. Did I watch that one? I think I started to watch that one. Yeah, I think that was on at somebody's house, but yeah, that one's good. It says I have an identical twin, but I feel like this is the first life we are twins because I feel like he was a parental figure or a best friend in past lives. Yes, and that too. The people that we have around us. We might have all taken just like different roles. My dude could have been my dad. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But stuff like that. He totally, he and his best friend totally believe they've had so many lives together. Like I swear they have to have been brothers in past lives because they're like brothers now. And I also tell my boyfriend, isn't it weird that your best friends are all only children? Like, I think that's weird. like, his best friends are only children, and my dude, who is the middle child, has felt like an only child his whole life. So, I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, with this whole time stuff. So, what I was trying to tell my uncle, and I don't know if I was making much sense, was that, let's say I'm healing myself because now I know where some stuff derives from in, let's say, a past life. But I believe that past life is still occurring because when I've gotten into my deep meditations where I go off to what I think is the Akashic Records and I look in that whirlpool of lives that is me, everything is occurring at once. It's like you're watching multiple movie reels at one time. And so, basically they said since there is no time, whatever you do in whatever life you want to call it, affects everything else, and affects you and all of your incarnations that actually are all occurring. You're both living and dying and being born all at the same time continuously. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty trippy. And I can't really wrap my human brain around that because I think you are born and then you die. I'm like, how is that constantly happening? But somehow it is, because there is no time. So, so they said that whatever I'm doing in this life is affecting all the other lives, as well as, let's say I'm healing from a past life, that's affecting this life. But I'm also, so let's say that little girl who is really scared about what is about to happen to her at the top of those stairs, um, I can help her heal as much as she can help me heal, if that makes sense. So I can try to help her out, even though she probably doesn't know who I am, even though it is me. And then me knowing where a lot of like this heart stuff is stemming from, it's helping me. So like her timeline, even though it's all occurring at once, her timeline is helping my timeline, and I think that my time can help her time. I don't know. So this is all like, but I think it's interesting. Um, it's all very interesting. That's all I can say. Let's see. Lady Knight said, I think my father in this life was also my father in another life, and back then he decided my future traditions, and now he's gone, and I can stand on my own feet. What I got from a reading. Interesting. That's interesting. Um, Oh, oh, and get this. And Dr. Wang was like, she didn't know about the height thing. I figured out the where I got my fear of heights from, but she was like, also, she says why this is so significant is, she says, okay, I have no relationship with my biological mom. I decided to cease having a relationship with her. I don't know, like 15 years ago or more. She's really not the nicest of people. And I prefer not to have that in my life. And she said, the issues you have with your mother now is because, and she says, and I know that sometimes our parents are not always our parents in our other lives, but she was your mother in that past life. And she says, do you remember? Can you see her? And I was like, I have so much animosity towards that woman in my past life. And she said, well, yes. She says, because she says, you obviously, your family didn't have a whole lot of cash. Hey, unknown, you're back. She's like, your family didn't have a whole lot of cash. So she goes, I believe it was your mother's decision to have you sold for sacrifice. And I was like, that would be the whole like betrayal. And that's interesting because in this life, I do feel a betrayal from my mother. And so it is this theme of sometimes feeling betrayed by those that I feel like should have my best interest at heart, and who should best interest at heart and who should, love me, and who I should feel comfortable loving as well, and that there would be no backstabbing or any of that. So yeah, so that makes all kinds of sense. She's like, feeling betrayed by your mother, by your family, by your community, because as a little kid, you didn't quite understand what's going on. You knew exactly what was going to happen, but you didn't understand, from your child like perspective. And so it was more like, and she says, well, so I did tell her what I saw. Okay, so what I saw, I don't know if you guys want to hear that. It's kind of emotional. Jennifer said, any card spreads you recommend for past life readings? Um, I kind of just make up my own spreads when it comes to past life. Like, ask questions that you would want to know. Like, what was my family life like? Pull a few cards on it. What was my occupation? What was the environment that I lived in? What was my social status? What part of the world was I in? I think you could just kind of start putting your questions together, and then just try forming a spread from that. Because I kind of like when I do readings for people, it's kind of like, I'm just trying to answer their questions, but also putting some other questions that I think would help paint them a clearer picture of what it is that they're wanting to know. I hope that helps. And Amanisha is here. Hello. So, okay, so what I saw in that life, and it's not fluid, it's just bits and pieces. Zara says, do you do readings online too? Yes. I mean, I do a few in-person readings, but the bulk of my readings is all video. So, or through Skype. So, yeah, that's like the majority of all my readings. Most people just prefer a video reading because then that way I can spend the whole time just like boom, like getting into their stuff. And I prefer it that way too because I don't like to be influenced by um, like for the most part, when somebody gets a reading from me, I don't really know, especially if their name is ambiguous. I don't know if they're male or female. I don't know what culture they're from. I don't know where they're from in the world. And I prefer to know as little as possible about the person just so I can fully just tap into spirit. Like, I don't know. That's just me. And that's how I like to do my readings. Butterfly, I did the Mary L. Past Life spread once. Enlightening. Ooh. I hear so much about the Mary L. That's my wish list. And Cold as Fire is here. Hello. Um, so okay, I'm gonna have to take some tea on this one because this was intense. And maybe some water from my little water bottle. Okay, we're hydrated now. Okay, so the spirit guide or the goddess that's with me is Ishel when I go back to this past life, and I think she's just kind of a kind of there as support, so that if I'm not okay and I feel like I would like to leave this past life now, this memory, she's kind of there to help me. So I see, I just keep thinking of the stairs, like how steep they are, these like stairs, and that, I don't know, I don't like how high they are. I don't like how big they are. The stairs scare me, in this, what I can remember. Cold as Fire said, I just got some really good used books at my friend's shop. Heck yeah, you know me. If I can get a book secondhand, pay like $1, I'm all about the thrifty. And there are some great books out there for like cheap, sometimes 50 cents. So these stairs in my memory, they just don't make me feel good to my stomach when I see them. And it's just like a glimpse of like, I just see the stairs, and these stairs are high, they lead up. And then, excuse me, the next part of what I can remember, I'm at the top, and I'm on this like stone bed, sort of. But everybody's cheering for me. Everybody's like happy for me, and nobody's like angry. They're not trying to be scary or anything. And there's a man who has a lot of jewelry, and he's got like these green feathers and everything. And what he's saying to me basically is like, yay, like congratulations, like this is your best day. Like we are so proud of you. You are so strong, and like they're so happy for me. And people nearby who are also at the top with me, they're like crying, but they're also very sad. I mean, happy, but they're crying, but they're happy. And I'm scared because I know what's going to happen, and I don't want to die. And but I'm also confused because like I don't want to be there, but I also don't want to disappoint. It's like, I don't know, it's interesting because like I don't want to disappoint my community. I don't want to disappoint this man, whoever this man is. But I also feel like betrayed somehow. Like why me? I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed by my parents, who I can see down at the bottom of the stairs. I can't really see my father's face, but I could see my mother, and she's just kind of doing and she's not really making a yay or nay anything. She's just kind of staring at me, just kind of like doing the like rocking back and forth, and she's just got her hands clasped. And but yeah, all of these people are there to like in celebration. And I just have this little white tunic, and I just like look down on my legs, and my legs are so short. They're just so small. I know that I'm a little girl. I know my gender, and I don't know. And then that's the last memory I have is just laying down and looking into this man's eyes, and that's all I remember. Like, and it's um and so then the memory stops, and Ishel, my goddess, is there, and that's when I decide I don't want to see anymore. Like, I'm all done now. So I said I would like to leave this memory. I'm all done. And she's like, just take my hand. And I was like, Ishel, like, you've been my goddess for a little while now. Like, why couldn't you tell me? Like, you're a Maya goddess. Why couldn't you tell me that that's what happened? She's like, we're not allowed to just tell you stuff. The point of you being a human being is for you to discover things about yourself. And we're not supposed to tell you about what was or what is, because you're supposed to be living in the present life right now. So she says, I'm not supposed to tell you about all these things. Like, that's not our job. Hey, Sheldon. And I was just like, and she says, and so she says, my job is, she goes, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to love you. She says, like, that's my personal job, like, just personally. She says, I'm just here to comfort you. I'm meant to be more like a mother to you. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. I said, because I felt like I was betrayed by my mother, but I'm also betrayed by my mother in this life. And she's like, she goes, that's why I'm here. I'm meant to be kind of like a mom. She goes, and she says, and you have all these other women that, she goes, are wonderful mothers to you, of course. And she's like, you've been very supported in that regard. And she says, but I'm just kind of here to be a mothering energy for you, because she says, there is a very betrayed child within you. And she says, and I'm just meant to help you out. And I was like, okay. And she says, but I'm also here to take you out of this if you don't want to see it anymore. And I'm like, I'm all done here. I don't need to see anything past that. That's great. I think I get the idea of what happened, and she's like, okay. So she's like, just take my hand. And she's like trying to help me down the stairs. And I'm just like so little. And I'm also so scared because I'm so high up in the air. And then we make it halfway down. And then it's like, I was back in Dr. Wang's office on the acupuncture table. So, and then of course there was that awful smell that I smelled that like woke me up. But yeah, so that's that. That was what I saw on my birthday. um, Jennifer says, sounds kind of Aztec with the stairs. Yeah, well, the Maya had the stairs as well. It's their cultures were very similar, not the same, but I mean similar in kind of like some of the architecture, I think. But I think Aztec is more well known for kind of what modern day Mexico City is and stuff like that. Let's see. Unknown says, this concept is kind of new to me. Does everyone have a god, goddess? Do you have to know them and worship them in order to connect with them? I don't think so. I think it's just, what you're comfortable with. I never really, I mean, most of my life ever worked with like god or goddess. I mean, I guess when I was younger, I had like Jesus, sort of, but it was, I don't know, I kind of worked with like Mother Mary and Jesus and like angels, and it was just like I worked with them as if they were just like friends, I guess, that I just couldn't see. And I never really worshipped them, really. I would just kind of like talk to them, like matter of fact, I guess, kind of like I still do now with my guides. But it wasn't till, I don't know, later on in my spiritual journey, where I just really gravitated towards these particular like gods and goddesses, and realized that like a lot of them had like their symbology was kind of throughout my life. And I was like, oh, like maybe, this energy has been trying to work with me. So I work with them, and I don't necessarily like worship them, but I like work with their energy and like kind of like a mutual respect. And I know there are people that do worship them, and that's just a part of somebody's practice. But in my personal practice, like I have like representations of them on my altar. And I do like to leave, a little offering, but more like a thank you for continuing to work with me, and just kind of help me as I bumble along on my human journey here. Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's just this kind of two-way street. I do feel like they have this kind of high vibe energy, which is pretty cool. Um, and I've never really felt like scared working with them or anything. Some people aren't comfortable with it, and I always tell people, hey, like, don't do what you don't feel comfortable with. Just do what you do feel comfortable with, and then if you feel like you want to open up a little bit more, that's like totally up to you. I don't think anybody's spiritual journey should be rushed because everybody's somewhere in this life at a different pace. They're doing their own thing. Like nobody's on the same journey. So that's just me. Coldest Fire said, had mine come to me when I was older and it was a white mare. Talking to me, came to find out connecting to Empona. Then more started coming in, had to figure it out and research. Yes, I think the very first one I worked with was Mercury. Mercury's up there. And that's because I was a track and field runner. So I used to draw the winged foot like in pen, when you're sitting in class, not really listening to the teacher, which now as a teacher, I'm like, put away the pen. But I used to draw like the winged foot. And when me and my relay girls, before we would run our relay, we'd all like, huddle up, like we'd, put our arms like on top of each other. And we were like, okay, we're like, who's going to lead us in the prayer? And I used to have the winged foot neck charm. And so everybody would touch my charm and they were like, okay, so let's lead us in prayer. We'd say, okay, please track gods, you track God, like the person with the winged foot. If you could please make us really fast, and we're about to beat these girls today, and we're going to kick their butt, and we're going to win state champion this year. We are going to state. Like, so I worked with Mercury, I think, since I was a kid, and I just didn't even know, like, I thought it was just like a track thing. But then I was like, I've always just really been attracted to his myth. So, so I'm just working with Mercury now. Let me see. We go back here. It said, Unknown said, very interesting. Do you have to work with them every day? I do not. I acknowledge them every day, like kind of because they're on my altar. So, I mean, like I pass by them and I'm like, hey, what's up? Hope you guys are having a great day, but I don't like work with them every day. No. Let's see. Jilla first said, blackberries have always grown near my house and I would pick them and make jam and things with them. Turns out Brie is associated with blackberries, so I feel like she was calling me. That's awesome. See, I love stuff like that. And then I always tell people, if you feel a pull towards a particular deity or energy, I'm like, do some research. And if there's no research out there, then meditate. Meditation, that is your research. Whatever you learn within your meditations, like write it down, like, or do some automatic writing, or however it is that you feel best connecting with them. I always feel extra connected when I'm in my garden, like out watering, trimming my roses, like cutting away like dead leaves and stuff like that. That's usually when my brain is very like, and I can just like talk to my deities, talk to my spirit guides, talk to my grandfather, which actually my grandpa's been on my mind a lot lately. So I know he's around. The anniversary of his passing was last month. But yeah, I just, I mean, you guys could do that too. If you're ever wondering, like, how do I connect with spirit? How do I connect with energy and stuff like that? And I would say, do an activity that brings you a lot of joy. For me, gardening and being out amongst my plants and my flowers, that brings me a lot of joy. And sometimes just laying on the couch with my kitty cats, that brings me joy. And it's whenever your brain is most relaxed because you're doing something that you genuinely feel joy doing, is I think the best time to just kind of strike up a conversation. Even if you feel like it's one-sided at first, just be like, so how's it going? Today was a great day for me. And I just like talk about my day. And then I start to get like pictures pop up in my brain, because that's how they communicate with me. I'm a very visual person anyway. So I'm very visual when it comes to my clairs. Like I'm very clairvoyant, so I'm all about sight. So I'll get a lot of pictures, and that'll be like the response. Like that's our conversation. I'll say things, and I'll be like, "Oh," I'm like, is this plant starting to get black spot again? I'm like, man, what do I do about this? And all of a sudden, I'll get like little pictures, and it could be my plants also talking to me, which is great too. And I'm like, oh, I will leave more. I'll try to make the soil a little bit more acidic for you. I didn't know it was becoming more alkaline, because some plants don't like alkaline soil. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you guys want to try that out, do an activity that brings you a lot of joy, where your brain is kind of like at a just a chill zen kind of level, and just strike up a conversation. You could say it out loud, you could say it in your brain, and it doesn't matter, again, if it feels like it's one-sided. um, I think we're getting mail. Hold on, let me check. Are we getting mail? Hold on. Ugh. UPS. That may have been my boyfriend's tint. He can get it later. I was like, is it anything for me? No. Okay, hold on. Excuse me, stuffies. Well, hold on. Let me look at what you guys were saying. Coldest viruses makes sense, you being a Gemini. Yes. Zara said, thank you for doing the live and sharing your experience. Thank you too for the guidance. I'll reach out to you on Etsy. Big hugs. And you got a skadoodle. All right, Zara, you have a great rest of your day. Okay, so besides having story time and showing off a bunch of like really cute stuffies today, I had... Okay, I wanted to pull some cards for you guys. We have 18 people in here. But this is what I wanted to do, because I feel like sometimes, especially like when I'm doing readings for people, whether it's in person or not. Oh, Sharebug's like, stuffies. Yeah, whether it's in person or not, I think sometimes, and this happens, to me too, that we don't trust our own intuition. Yes, the stuffy menagerie. So sometimes it's like, I can't read for myself, so I have to go to a reader. And I think that everybody can get messages for themselves, whether it's through a deck of cards, it's through reading seashells, like listening to Mother Nature. Like we're all constantly being bombarded with messages. And sometimes we feel like, oh, like I'm not getting messages, but it could be some people are closed off to the messages because they may not trust their intuition or believe that anything would want to be communicating with them, which could be like a self-esteem thing. But I think that, the world around us, the energy around us, because we are energy, we are spirit, we do come from that place that everybody's always trying to tap into. That's where we come from. And we are still connected to it. There is no real separateness. I feel like everything is here, just kind of like, how do I want to put it? Like I see what I see on this plane because I'm meant to see it. But sometimes there are other things that are also on this plane, just at different dimensions. And sometimes, if you're a little more open to it, those different dimensions kind of seep through and then you're able to see them. But it's like, there's a lot happening here. Or just, I don't know. I was kind of going off on a tangent. Didn't really know where I was going with that. But anyway, so I wanted to pull a card for you guys, but I don't want to interpret the card. I want you guys to try and interpret your cards today. So I don't know if you guys are up for that, but I want you guys to start. Some of you guys are already like, you're totally cool, and maybe you're like, I already read cards for myself. Okay. Then this will be great, for you too. But I think it's a good exercise, sometimes having somebody else pull a card, but then not having them interpret. Because remember that the tarot reader, and you guys, many of you are tarot readers, we're just like the medium, and I don't want to call myself a tool. I'm just a tool. By which the information comes through, So when I'm reading cards, I'm just interpreting the downloads that I'm getting. So I'm just a translator, and we're all different translators, you know. So I do not want to translate through myself today. Um, I am just going to ask Spirit that the card that is picked for you is the card that you need, but I want you to do the translation, and I want to see like what you guys come up with as your message. So if you are game, then just say here, here. And I don't know if Sherry Bug or Lady Night, if one of you two wouldn't mind maybe writing down the names of the people who wouldn't mind getting a card. um, let's see, let me go back. Unknown said, I recently messed up and left out crystals like amethyst in the sun because I wanted to leave them out for the new moon. I did not wake up to the alarm as I planned. So is there something I could do or should do? Just bring them in. It's fine. I've done that too. And I just feel like, okay, if maybe the crystals that were soaking up the moon energy also got a little bit of sun energy, I say they're balanced now, but I know the amethyst, if you leave it out in the sun perpetually too much, yes, they will fade. But if it was like one time, your amethyst is fine. Like, no worries. Okay, so Sharebuck said no problem, and Lady Knight said no problem. So you both can take notes and then just, you know, whoever's next. Let's see. Okay, all right. So a lot of people say here, here. Cold Fire, we all have. I know I have myself. Okay, so I'm gonna pull. It's gonna be a double card, so it's like so the message is a little clearer for you guys. I'm gonna pull one oracle from the Begin Oracle. I'm also gonna pull one tarot card from the Light Seers Tarot. So they're gonna read in conjunction. So this will be like, you know, your little message, but you're gonna be doing the interpreting. Says I don't think they faded, so thank you for the input. Yeah, they're fine. They'll be fine. I've totally done the same thing. I've done the same thing when I tried to do moon water, and I forgot it's out there, and then it was out there like the entire next day, and I was like, oh, well, that just means my water's more balanced. It's got the yin and yang. It's got the moon and the sun. I'm like, ah. So I'm like, hey. Okay, okay. So I have my 2 decks here now. There we go. All right, so my 2 awesome Chiquita moderators. Who's first? So remember, I'm not interpreting. I'm just asking source to make sure that the cards that are pulled are for you. Okay, so Essence O is up. All right. But I want you to do your interpretation. It's good practice. I love interpreting cards people pull for me as well. Like, like I try to read what was pulled for. I don't know. I think it's interesting, like when a different person is pulling your cards, but then you have to interpret them. Like that's actually a favorite game of mine. I like doing that. Okay, so there's her oracle, and messages are coming in, but I'm like, no, I want them to interpret. Music is coming in. Unknown says, sorry, I'm kind of late with an answer, but I would like to try to. Okay, so, all right, so Unknown is also going to be in the mix. No worries. Okay, so Essence. The only thing I'll say is, oh, what's the name of that song? It's an oldie song, like and be my little baby, be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know, it's like an oldie song, but that just popped into my head. But anyway, Essence, here you go. You have the Sun, and you have the High Priestess. Lady Knight said it's from Dirty Dancing. Is it? I haven't seen Dirty Dancing in a long time. So yeah, you also got the song from Dirty Dancing. uh, oh, Take Me Home Tonight by Eddie Money. There you go. Thank you. So just, I need to shine my light on my intuition. Oh, do you like that? It's like shining right onto her. Like, heck yeah. I love that. Excellent. Excellent. I love that message. That is cool. Okay, who is next? Little tea break. Jillifer, okay. If a song pops in, I'll say the song. If I can remember the name of the song. See, that's always something with me. I remember like actors in movies, but I forget the name of the movies. I can remember the lyrics to the song, but I forget who sang the song. Like, I'm pretty bad with that. I don't know if anybody else has that issue. Oh, okay, we're going to low power mode. So I'm gonna have to take the phone into the other room so that we can plug it in. Alrighty? So we are going to continue in the bedroom where the ohms are playing. Okay. All right, I have my cards. I'm just trying not to drop them. Excusey for the sound. Gotta make it under my my laundry. Oh, hey, Loki. It's the Lokester. Okay, we're plugging in the phone. We're plugging in the phone. We're gonna sit next to the bed, next to the outlet. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to take off my mic so that I can plug in the phone. Oh. So sorry for the lowered sound quality. So many Snoopies, right? Well, there's a lot of stuffies on that bed. It's like, where do I sleep? I don't know. So you have a lot of stuffies. I do. I call myself a stuffy connoisseur. Okay, so Jillifer was next. So I haven't forgotten about you, Jillifer. Here we go. Here we go. Throw my mic off to the side. Voila. Kind of squishy here. All right. There's your oracle card, and Jillifer, let's get to your tarot card. Okay, I don't know, why am I hearing all 50s music today? Okay, so now it's Teen Angel, can you hear me? Teen Angel, can you see me? Are you somewhere up above? And are you still my one true love? Okay. Then I pulled the Lovers. And I pulled the Hanged Man. So Jillifer, like, what are you getting on that one? That's interesting. Zara loves the Lightseers deck. Sheldon, I get the truth. Well, I guess too, if you guys want to like add input too, you guys could. Molly said, should we publicly comment and interpret or keep our opinion? Oh no, you guys can definitely. I want you guys to try and interpret, but also for the person that it's pulled for, I want them to try to pull. It says, I need to let go of my insecurities to find pure love. There you go. I love that. That's excellent. Okay. I should have brought my water with me. My little water bottle. Who is next? I don't know if we're going to be on like a 50s music roll or Butterfly Love Child. I love that name actually, Butterfly Love Child. That is awesome. Okay. The Monster Mash is playing in my brain right now. Yeah, so Molly, yeah, when it comes up, you guys can interpret too, as well as the person that the cards are being pulled for, of course. Looking at things from a different perspective as well. So yes, this is I did the mash. It was the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Oh, oh. Dracula and his son. Sorry, I'm just like doing the monster mash. Okay, so you have spring and you have the devil. I like that the monster mash was playing. It's got the devil. I did the mash. I did the monster mash. So yeah, what do you think? Butterfly Love Child, devil, and spring. And anybody else, you know, if you guys have interpretations as well, definitely chime in. Gotta crack my neck. Ugh. Okay. And Jezebel is here. Hey, no worries. I'm doing a pull a card, but I'm having you guys do the interpretations. I'm getting like a jump into something. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. Maybe like letting go of some attachments, jumping into something. I love it. I love it. Okay, who's next? Who's next? And I love that I'm just like coming up with music for you guys so you guys can. Jill forgot breaking the cycle. Ooh, that's another good interpretation as well. Something that would normally scare me. Yeah. Keeping into the letting go of toxic behavior, people. Paperback Palacios is next. All right. Maybe breaking free or escaping. Those are all really good. Really good. Okay. Paperback Palacios. Do we have any music coming in for you? Oh, we got some Toni Braxton coming in. Okay, we jumped from the 50s to the 90s. Bring back the joy to my life. She has such a deep voice. She got that alto. I love it. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked out that door. Okay, I'll stop now. You got the Veil and Seven of Swords paperback. You got the Veil and Seven of Swords. Ooh, ooh. Let me see what you guys are saying. Jezebel got for the last one, not rushing into something new too fast because you might end up in just the same bad addictive behavior. That's a good one. Cold as Fire, OMG, they came out all wrong. Hey, that's okay. Yes, Lady got Unbreak My Heart by Toni Braxton. Leaping into the new you, and in other words. Jillifer, I thought about my response to my cards, and I now think it means in order for someone to love me, I need to love myself. And I'm unreachable right now because of my perspective of myself. That's awesome. Claudia's like, love your singing. Oh, thank you. You know me. I'm just like singing in the shower. Oh, by the way, speaking of singing, sorry, I'm keeping these up here. my good friend, you know, the opera star, she told me that one of the groups that I do sing with, Bodhi Tree, that they're going to be doing, I think, a virtual concert in September. And I usually always sing a soprano in their chorus, but they're thinking of maybe giving a part to me this year. They're going to be doing HMS Pinafore. So I was like, okay, I don't mind. Someone is deceiving you. Don't be seduced by the Insta filter. Ooh, I like it. I like that one. I see these as looking behind the veil to find your treasure. Oh, thank you, Lady Night. Thank you, thank you. So I was like, you know, because I mean, I'm just happy singing in the chorus, but I was like, oh, I don't know. Then it's like so much pressure. A role. I don't know. You guys have some great interpretations. My fears are stealing my happiness, and I need to remember to trust my intuition. Ooh, I like that one too. Yes, yes. Sherry Bug's like, just let your diva self shine. Yes. You know what? Okay, because I do get stage fright. I know, like I sing opera, but I get stage fright. And unless I pretend to be this other person that I call the diva, like I get really scared about being on stage, and I forget that I think I'm gonna forget like all of the words to the arias, and like I get so scared. So I have to pretend to be this other person, and I always call her the diva. Like I'm like, when I'm on stage, I am the diva. The diva does not forget her aria. The diva does not miss tempo with the orchestra. The diva does not want to dry heave because there are so many people out there. Okay, so cold as fire is next. Excellent. All right. Filter out the BS. Seeing yourself in a new light. Letting go of the sneaky people. Heck yeah. And Jezebel says, the diva has no fear. Yes. I have to be the diva. Otherwise, I would be really, really scared on stage, actually. I have to, like, I don't know. I carry myself differently. I'm like, yes, the diva's going on stage today. I get stage fright and always try to stand somewhere I can stand without my shoes on. You know what? I feel like I'll faint if I'm in high heels and I'm on stage. Like, I have to be in flats. Like, I don't know why. It's like this weird, I don't know. All right, cold as fire. Okay, yes, same. Ooh, it's your jumper. Okay, do you have any music? Cold as fire. Do you have any music? I feel like I can dig deeper without shoes on. Yes. Okay, the music that started playing was Metallica. Give me fuel, give me five, give me double genocide. Heck yeah, just Metallica is playing in my head. Okay, we went from the 50s to some like R&B slow jams with Tony Braxton to freaking like metal. Okay, we're in Metallica now. Such a shift, right? Okay. Well, okay, your cards make sense then. Catching Blossoms and Eight of Wands. Cold as Fire loves Metallica. Yeah, try to factor in Metallica into your cards. I'm like, what? It says, look how the wands and the plants leaves look the same. Oh, yeah, that like. Chantal, you can definitely join in. Everybody's just kind of jumping on a list. I'm not interpreting your cards. I'm having everybody else interpret their cards. I don't know. We're kind of having a little bit of fun. But you are more than welcome. Jezebel, going unapologetic for your goals. Yeah, I mean, Metallica, heck yeah, they're unapologetic. You, be the same. Needing to make sure I'm grounded and moving at a steady pace so I can expand. I love that too. That's great. Great, 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 great. Ooh, I do have water back here. Yay me. Thanks for leaving water by the bed. You're welcome, Tara. Thanks, you're so kind. Um, okay, let's see. Who is next? Maria Irene is next. All right. Maria. You know what I think of when I think of the name Maria? I think of the song by Carlos Santana. Maria, Maria, you remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, you living the life just like a movie star. Oh, oh. Okay, so I love that song, by the way. Okay, but Maria, yes, you are next. Sherry Bug said it popped into your head also. I love that song. And, oh, Santana. That guitar, baby, that guitar. Actually, whenever we have guests over, I put on a little Santana. You know, I think that that's great, like people music. Get people. All right. Maria, let's see. And the West Side Story, as Cold as Fire said, funny thing, I was wearing my Metallica shirt last night. That is awesome. Says Maria is my first name, and my papa always played West Side Story Maria for me. Santana added to the magic of it for me in the later years. That is awesome. Okay, so Maria, Irene, now that we all have Santana on the brain, you have Trust. Oh, you also have Eight of Wands. Trust and Eight of Wands. So we have 3 Marias in here. Ooh. I like that trust, actually. What's going on there? Oh, I didn't realize that was the ladies' dress. Are we back? Are we back? Yes, we're buffering for a while. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is like a movement, forward movement. Okay, we're back. Cool, cool. I'm like, go away, buffering. Trust your inner guidance. It won't lead you wrong, and use the inner fire to push you through. Maybe trusting yourself and your ever-changing actions and views. Yes. Just jump success is unavoidable when you follow your inner wild woman. Yes, trust the messages you are receiving. I love that. You guys have fantastic interpretation. So you don't need me to interpret. I'll just give you guys some music to think about. That's also actually like, it just happens in my readings, music, because I love music so much that's kind of how I receive information, is through song. So wands are related to air, mental, and spiritual. I see it more as like the wands are like your fire and your creativity and magic and, you know, kind of all of that movement. Magical. Okay, so who do we have next? Maria said, I don't know. Thank you for your intuitions. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people had some great interpretations for you. All right, Molly is next. Molly O'Keefe. Molly, let me give these a good extra shuffle. Let me tap in, see if there's any music playing. You know what started playing? The Big Bopper. Oh, baby, you know what I like. Will I what? Will I what? Oh, baby. You got the big bopper. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so Molly, we have Be Here Now and the Ace of Cups. Go away, buffering. Stay away. Stay away from the buffer. So Be Here Now, Ace of Cups, and the Big Bopper. Chantilly lace had a pretty face. Make me around, make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real loose like a long neck goose singing. Oh, baby, that's what I like. Get my water. Okay, let's see. Center your emotions. Too much world stress is pulling you out of center. When you put the Ace of Cups for a minute, it looked like it connected to Snoopy's head. I had to relate that to the cards too. Oh my gosh, yes! Snoopy's head is on top of the ace. Grounding your energy in the present and focusing on unconditional love for yourself. Yeah, accepting, definitely. What are you thinking, Molly? Being present for sure. Ground my emotions for new beginnings. Still being familiar with tarot, but I've seen the Ace of Cups before. I also like how there's like a bird kind of coming out of it too. And then also, of course, you got the Big Bopper playing. So there's a lot of fun in that one. Getting a lot of self-love energy to begin something new. Definitely, for sure. You guys have some great interpretations, and that's what I think is wonderful about people interpreting Oracle and Tarot is we see it from different perspectives. So I don't see anybody's interpretation as wrong. It's just a different perspective. And to have more perspectives, I think the better. Okay, so Unknown is next. Excellent. Ooh, spirit messages. That could be it too. Ooh, maybe be open to some spirit messages. All right, Unknown, I'm gonna shuffle your cards, see if we got any music playing. I'll let my little ears like tune in. You're very welcome. It's like my brain scans radio frequencies. You hear it's like scanning radio frequencies. Okay, I don't know if you know the song. Okay, Unknown 55. I don't know if you know who Daddy Yankee is, but I also like to listen to Daddy Yankee. And there's a song called Gasolina. I got a gasolina. I got a gasolina. Fanta gasolina. Gasolina. Okay, but yeah, Daddy Yankee's playing now. I think that's when they have like dirt bikes on stage. Ah, oh, it's so cool. I love Daddy Yankee. It's very, very dancey. It says, yeah, I've heard of it. Okay, so yeah, we got some Daddy Yankee playing. Okay, Unknown, you have Rebirth and the Page of Wands. Perfect. Jillifer for Molly, I got Lay All Your Love on Me by ABBA. That's awesome. She says, I love that Gasolina song. That is like my favorite, like just booty dancing jam. Just like, I will get down. Yeah, but I love that these two go together, the Rebirth and that Page of Wands. And we got the Gasolina. Sis, that's an awesome page of wands. So dynamic. Yes, I love that. The energy and that's awesome. Sometimes I'll just be in the house like, and the dude's like, what are you doing? I'm like, listening to music. He's like, there's no music playing. I'm like, it's in my head. He's like, okay. I'm like, don't act like you don't listen to music in your head. He's like, I don't. That's my dude. Oh, and tengo la camisa negra. All I get when I see it is you need to go let the freak out and dance like no one's watching. I'm not very familiar with tarot, but I think it definitely means new beginnings and perspective. I should be accepting and positive towards change. Yep, and dance it out for sure. We're having a dance off, bro. Dance off. I would totally have a dance off with somebody. I love dancing. Coldest Fire, taking a leap of faith and creative passions, birthing in the new you. Gaining a whole new perspective will give you a discovery or idea in what I see. Going on a new adventure. Yes, yes. You guys are awesome. And now, okay. I'm like, okay, we need to get off Daddy Yankee, okay? Because we need to switch stations. All right, who's next? Throw yourself out for new adventures and be born. I see fear and sadness in the rebirth card. They do look kind of sad, actually. Maybe like in between, maybe when you're waiting for the rebirth, it's kind of like a sad time. Ann Johnson is next. You're very welcome. Okay, so Ann Johnson. Let's see if we got any music for Ann. Okay, Mary Poppins popped in for Ann Johnson. Jezebel said, yeah, I'm up for a dance-off too. 3 months since I've been a static dancer. Yeah, anytime, like, there's some music playing and I see people start to, I'm like, oh, are we having a dance-off? Let's do this. Unknown, I'm very anxious. I do feel depressed at times, but now I have something to look forward to and I know not to give up. Yes. Okay, so yeah, Anne, you have just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Yes, Mary Poppins. Okay, let's see what we got here for Anne. Oh. You also got a spring card, but you have the world card. This is Mary Poppins, so fun. I've been laughing so hard. My kitten is being such a cat right now, squishing herself into a tiny box. Aw. It's so hard to get rid of boxes in this house because the kitties love it. And then I'm like, it always looks like we're unpacking in this house. It looks like we just moved in because there's boxes everywhere. So Anne, the world and spring. While I have a spoonful of sugar. I would love a spoonful of sugar, but I know I cannot have that. I would be bouncing off the walls. Oh, she used to have such a beautiful, beautiful voice. I know that she had like issues like with nodules in her throat and stuff like that, but so beautiful. Time to turn a new leaf. I see it as completing a cycle. Welcome the new. Think in new paths and have fun. For sure. With a spoonful of sugar. I have the I have the Macarena in my head right now. Moving for water after an end of cycle, not looking backwards, looking forward. I love that too. But now I also have the Macarena in my head. Thank you. All right, who is next? No, don't spread that catchy song. Like, everybody's like, no, no more Macarena. All right, Zara is next. Okay, Zara, we're gonna have to clear the Macarena out of my brain. Hi. Okay, we're still okay. Okay, new song. Because that's not Zara's song. We need a new song. Okay, I just let my brain find a song for Zara. Natalie Imbruglia, Torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Wide awake and okay, yes, I love Natalie Imbruglia. I haven't heard her in so long, and now she's playing in my brain. Okay. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Wide awake and I'm bored. He used to lie. Conversation has run dry. So I'm just gonna rock out here, you know, while Natalie Imbruglia like plays. Jennifer's like, I gotta go. Sorry, love y'all. Hey, no worries. It was fun. It was fun. It's like Ace of Base, loving me, loving saying that you love me. I haven't heard of her, but I looked up the lyrics and it is spot on. YouTube muting you due to copyright. I know. This is except for the romance part. Okay, so we got Feels So Right, Zara, and Ace of Swords. Feels So Right, Ace of Swords, and Natalie Imbruglia, Torn. So yes, Jennifer, you have yourself a fantastic rest of your Saturday. I remember like back when I was in high school and Natalie Imbruglia like Torn was like the top song. I wanted to cut my hair short again just like her so I could look just like Natalie Imbruglia. Oh, it says leave that sucker. This is, oh, interesting. I love wolves too. I think it may be, while things are confusing, follow what feels right, find rebirth into new passion. New ideas coming to life, maybe. Whoa. The buffering, man. Okay. Who do we have next after Zara? Sorry for all the buffering. Go away, buffering. Move away. Oh, Chantal is next. Yes, I am back. You are very welcome, Zara. Chantal. Okay, well, I guess those two will be cards. Makes you wanna scream, make you wanna scream. That illusion that man's never seen. I thought somebody wanted tonight. Somebody please have mercy, 'cause I just can't take this. Stop pressuring me, stop pressuring me, stop fucking with me, makes me wanna scream. That was Michael Jackson with his little sister Janet Jackson, Scream. I love that song. Okay, so Chantal, you had Scream. I gotta play that song. Like, that's one of my favorite songs. I have to play that after this. I'm gonna have to dance around the house because I love that song. Okay, you got Support, Catching Blossoms, and for your tarot card, you got King of Cups. Somebody please have mercy, 'cause I just can't take this. Stop pressuring me, stop pressuring me, stop messing with me, make me wanna scream. I love that song so much. I don't remember it. Do you guys remember that song? That was a bomb diggity song. Yeah, YouTube's gonna be like, you've had too many copyrighted songs during this live chat. Being emotionally supported by divine. I love that. Beautiful interpretation. Have to go. All right. We will catch you later. So Chantal, do you have any thoughts? We have the Catching Blossoms and Support. Senor King of Cups. Rey de Copas. I think I'm gonna have a dance party after this live chat. That's happening. That's happening. I sometimes challenge the kitties to a dance off. You know who was a good dancer? Our old cat Presley. He loved techno, actually. Like, that was his favorite kind of music, was techno. But he also loved Norah Jones and Jewel, old school Britney Spears. He didn't like new Britney Spears. He really didn't like Jessica Simpson for some reason. And he had some interesting taste. Not getting it. Oh, no worries. There were some good interpretations just beforehand. So I like those other interpretations. Maybe keep some of those in mind. Challenging my booty to dance off. Yes! Okay. No worries. All right, who do we have next? Okay, so Maria number 3, we have Lady Night. Number 3. Okay, so Lady Night, we got any music playing? Okay, I think that's your card. It was sideways. You're very welcome. Who's the name of that group? Oh, they're also from the 90s. Fastball. Yeah.
They made up their minds and they started packing. Left before the sun came out that day. And when the star broke down, they started walking. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone can see the road that they walk on is paved in gold. Not always summer, we never get old. We never go hungry, we never get old and gray. Gray. I just have to YouTube that song. I love Fastball. I think that was a British group. Yeah, I remember that came out when I was in high school. And one of my best friends, he was so excited. It was like during chemistry class. He was like, guess who just got the new Fastball CD? Oh, he's like, this guy. We were like, oh my God, like put it in your Walkman. Like, let's hear. Sorry, your Discman. Okay, you got Who's There and The Tower. Interesting song to go with such interesting cards. Who's There and The Tower, and you have Fastball, The Way. OMG Walkmans, yes. It took me a while to get rid of my Walkman and my Discman. I was happy with my Discman because it had the 50-second skip, anti-skip on it. It was pretty good. See, like The Way, like to me is such a happy song, and these cards are so interesting. The road that we walk on is paved in gold. We're hungry, never get old. We never go hungry. We never get old and gray. Like, I love that. Like, they're just like cruising down in their car. Like, what? Oh, and there's a really awesome guitar riff in that one too. Make the changes that are needed, and that will come and see how. Oh, and then we'll come and see how it gets. Connecting with someone, something, and that will change a lot. Interesting. Sporty guides helping you to see things from an inner self perspective to create transformation. I love all of these interpretations. You guys are awesome. Awesome sauce. Spirit. I like that. And it's just like interesting when you put the song into it too. It's like, that's so interesting. I like it. Wasn't was it that on the oracle card in the bottom corner? Oh, what is that on the oracle card in the bottom corner? This kind of looks like you know, like that cactus amethyst kind of thing. Interesting. Uh, there's three B-52 bombers just flew by. You don't really see bombers from World War II flying by every day, but yeah, three of them just okay. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I think that's cactus amethyst. It's kind of got that druzy effect to it. I have a little bit of it. Interesting. I wonder if that's like part of the message too. The whatever the B-52s. Oh, like it looked like a little girl's spirit from the backside. Oh. Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, this is the amethyst, but this one is, yeah, this is a little girl facing a mirror or something, and it's like either it's her or something else staring back at her. Do not be afraid of the changes that are coming. See what is hidden there. Oh, I like that too. Muy interesante. Something, someone unexpected coming into your life. Yes, that too. I like it. Okay, do we have anyone next? Oh, inner reflection, for sure. Shadow work, yes. The one in front of the mirror is me. I'm gonna have a drink of water. Readings. I gotta stay hydrated. Those were all my lists, unless Sherrybug wants a card. Sherrybug, what do you think? Would you like a card or two? An oracle and tarot? Today I got shadow work as well. Okay. So Sherrybug, would you like a card? Ooh, maybe I should pull one for myself and then I'll have you guys interpret it. I will not interpret my own card. Gee, would I have music for myself? I don't know. Does it work like that? I always have music for other people. Okay, I'm gonna pull a card for myself. I'll have you guys interpret it, but we'll see if there's a song for me. This is, yes, that would be cool. Okay, Spirit, of course you would pick that song for me. Psh, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and just be anywhere. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, so they have Aqua playing. Nice. Good job, Spirit. This is just found your channel and loving the heck out of it. Oh, thank you. Aqua is a classic for sure. I'm your dolly. Rock and roll. Touch me here, touch me there, hanky panky. You can touch, we can play. If you say I'm always yours, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Okay, that's gonna be in my brain all the way to along with the Macarena and Daddy Yankee and all the other songs that we're playing. And a touch of Metallica and okay, let's see, what are my cards with Aqua playing Barbie Girl? Wonder and the Eight of Wands. Those look like my cards. Okay, so I have Barbie Girl in a Barbie world with Wonder, and I have the Eight of Wands. I don't know, what do you guys think? And I also love that we have the rainbow and all the rainbows here. I love that so much. You know me, I love rainbows. I'm gonna rock out to Barbie Girl now. I love the Aqua song, A Playmate to Jesus. Eight of Wands popping up today. I know, what's this, like the third Eight of Wands? Heck yeah. Lots of movement in the air. Well, we have, well, in the Northern Hemisphere, we have summer quickly approaching. And in the Southern, we have winter quickly approaching. So, you're gonna have another chat with Source Energy. Ooh, yes. Maybe in tonight's meditation. We shall see. Moving up the ladder, so to speak. Ooh, someone is getting lit at the Akashic Records. Nice. Oh, no worries. Let's see, stepping into a new detention or direction, moving forward in a creative way. Don't wonder what is there, but just follow the stairs up with quick steps. Ooh. So yeah, it's time to do bleachers. We're doing stairs today. Engage those legs, baby. You're very comfortable and happy in your own skin. Communication from beyond. These are all great interpretations, and I love all of them. I think all of them like are very fitting. Feet on the stairs, go step by step. I meant to put dimension. I like that too. And you know what? What's interesting? I was pulling cards from my Santa Muerte tarot, and I was pulling cards from my Herb Crafters tarot yesterday. And I use the Herb Crafters when I'm talking to the goddess Ishel, and I use Santa Muerte when I'm talking to the goddess Santa Muerte slash Mixteca Cihuatl. And I was like, ladies, I gotta ask you about like my teaching job, you know. And I was talking about like teaching, and I was like saying, you know, because I have all these other like, you know, like ideas and things on the mind. And the card that popped out in the Herb Crafters tarot was the Temperance card. The next card that flew out of the Santa Muerte tarot was the Temperance card. Like I literally pulled Temperance within like a minute of each other from two different decks, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh yeah, that's quite the sign there, you know. I was just like sitting down, just talking to my goddesses. Same card gets pulled out of two different decks. I thought that was pretty cool. And that might have something to do with the those cards here, the Wonder and the Eight of Wands. I don't know. Okay, so we are going to be ending this chat, but you know that I always end with a healing. So I will, you know what? I'm going to tap into a song, and that will be the direction of the energy for our healing today. And the healing, it can take on many forms. You know, I do a lot of, you know, different stuff. It says, do you know anything about the Chamonix Tarot? I do not. I've heard of it. I think I've seen it, but I don't know too much about it. This is just need to be patient with yourself, slow and steady. Probably also with the Temperance card. Yes, for sure. Because me, I am like a fireball. I like to I'm always all over the place. It's probably also my Gemini energy, and I have all this like air in my chart, and I'm all full of like ideas and all of that. Okay, so let's see. A song for the direction of our healing energy. And you guys could be open to it. You could stay in the chat. You don't have to stay in the chat. Just know that if you go about your day and if you're like, I'm open to the healing, whether you said it out loud or in your brain or in the comments, that energy will make it to you. And you can also redirect it. You could say, I don't mind having some energy, but I want to send some to my friend, you know, or something like that. You guys can do that. You're very welcome, Anne. This is the Chamonix Tarot is beautiful and expressive, non-traditional art. You know what? I will look it up then after this chat. Molly says, what's your rising and moon? I am a Libra moon and a Scorpio rising. Says, I'm Aries and I get the Temperance card all the time. I'm like, ugh. Okay, so let's see. What song? Really? Backstreet Boys? Okay, so okay, let me scroll through the lyrics in my brain because I'm pretty sure the message is in the lyrics and it's not the Backstreet Boys. But it's the song Larger Than Life. You know how they do the laughing at the beginning? All you people, can't you see, can't you see? Reality. Down, you can make it right, and that's why we're larger than life. Actually, you know what, the lyrics? Pretty fitting. I know it's Backstreet Boys, but okay. All you people, can't you see how your love's affecting my reality? Every time you're down, you can make it right. That's what makes you larger than life. Actually, it's kind of deep if you think about it. I know it's Backstreet Boys, but it's kind of deep. um, okay. So today's healing energy will to help us to be more cognizant and more aware of the energy that we're putting out. Because it's affecting our reality and it's affecting the reality of everyone around us, like our personal reality and the reality of everyone around us. So just to be more cognizant. So this energy coming out to you will help you just to be more aware of, the love that you put out, the energy that you put out, and how that could have a trickle down effect to not only how the lens with which you see the world, and how the world reacts to you and how you react to the world. Thank you, Backstreet Boys. And that's what makes you larger than life. All right, so yes, that will be the healing, just to help everyone be more cognizant of the energy that you put out there, because it affects your reality and it affects the reality of everyone around you. So here we go. So remember, just, you don't have to like get into lotus pose or like have to, hang from the ceiling or whatever, but you just go about your day. You can sit here and listen. Well, it's not really listening, it's just energy, but you could just sit here with the energy. You can go mow the lawn. You can go, I don't know, repair the roof, whatever you got to do. It's totally cool. Says thank you, Lady Night and Sherry Bug. Yes, for sure. My awesome moderators for keeping a list, and we appreciate you ladies so much. We do. Says that was deep, but I'm so glad I was overseas and missed the entire boy band fad. Consider yourself lucky. Okay, here we go. A little bit of Backstreet Boy energy for you today. But really, it's got something in it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming into the chat today. Unknown said, thank you everyone for your input and contributions to the conversation. Lady Night said, this was a fun chat. Thanks so much. Take care. Yes, we will see you guys next week. And I'll have to tell you what happens. Well, next week I'll tell you what happens tomorrow, because tomorrow the dude said he has a special trip, a little day trip for us planned. It's like a little extension for my birthday, so I'll tell you guys all about it because I have no idea where we're going. So thank you guys, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. Like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like we were all just like a bunch of kids just like hanging out in the house, like just playing music, having fun, having whatever stuffed animal fight, like. So anyway, this was great. I always am much appreciative of everybody who comes to hang out with me. I'm always just you know, try to put good stuff out there for you guys. And yeah, I will catch you guys next week. I'll put out some more videos, I guess, again, for you guys. This week, I'll try to, unless you guys have some suggestions, you know, I already have a few videos lined up, but I always welcome suggestions. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, a fantastic Sunday, and that you have a groovy, groovy, groovy week next week. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease, you guys. Peace out. Bye.